Kaguya is going to return to Naruto, to Earth, possibly to fight Isshiki, and I don't know how I'm just now noticing it. And after I make this video, I hope you realize that you should have realized this sooner as well. But before we get into that, go ahead and drop that follow and hit that noti bell, because we're posting Naruto and anime content 3 times a week out here. So the reason I think that Kaguya is going to come back to Earth, and possibly just to fight Isshiki, is because it was revealed to us in the most recent episode of Boruto, episode 216, that in order for a Ten Tails to become a world tree or a divine tree, it has to be fed a living Otsutsuki. It's then further revealed to us that this is the reason why Otsutsukis travel in pairs. Kaguya, Isshiki, Momoshiki, and Renshiki. And the lower ranking of those two Otsutsukis gets fed to the Ten Tails in order to grow the world tree. And you're probably thinking,
well, that's a fucking waste of Otsutsukis, right? I mean, they're just giving their lives so their higher ranked Otsutsuki can eat a divine fruit and grow in power?
But that's why karma markings were invented, or created, or however they came to be. Because the lower ranking Otsutsuki leaves a karma mark on a vessel and then dies to the Ten Tails. They then revive into their host that they've marked with the karma. So yes, is the lower ranking Otsutsuki giving their life so the higher ranking Otsutsuki can achieve more power? Yes, but they can reincarnate in what's a small amount of time to a relatively immortal being. Therefore, it's revealed to us that Kaguya, being the lower ranked Otsutsuki, most likely had a karma mark out somewhere in the universe in order for her to revive after she was fed to the Ten Tails to make the divine tree for Isshiki. So somewhere out in the universe, Kaguya's vessel has most likely reached full Otsutsufication, becoming her. And I know what you're saying.
She's sealed. How could she reanimate into another vessel when she's already sealed?
But we've already seen her do it in a part of Naruto Shippuden that actually should probably be retconned nowadays. Black Zetsu, who is the formation of Kaguya's will, crawls into Madara and makes him a vessel for her reincarnation. There's no mention of karma markings, there's no mention of anything really that we've learned in Boruto, so it's safe to assume either Black Zetsu was the person she had karma marked, and he had awoken and needed to use another body in order to awaken Kaguya to her full strength, or this is an outlier event. If we're being entirely real, the second explanation makes way more sense, because we see while Hagoromo and Hamura are sealing her that Black Zetsu crawls out of her robe. That's not how karma marks work, as we know. It's actually safer to assume that it worked a bit like what Isshiki did after Kaguya jumped him. She shrunk a part of herself and put it out into the world, that later manifested into Black Zetsu. But just like Isshiki with Jigen, that part of her body needed somewhere to grow. And that place to grow happened to be Madara, an incredible vessel for her rebirth. So if Black Zetsu wasn't her karma marking, and she was intended to be fed to the Ten Tails, where is her karma marked vessel? It doesn't have to be on Earth, it can be on any planet. It can be in the Otsutsuki realm. And her first revival proves one thing. She can be revived out of Chibuku Tensei, which is what Hagoromo and Hamura used to seal her, and then Naruto and Sasuke used to seal her again. So if she has a vessel already karma marked, and she can revive through the sealing jutsu, what would be stopping her? Even further than that, if she revives through the other karma vessel, the previous one, that sealed, would simply disappear. It would just become Madara's corpse, or Madara's living body, but he would still be in Chibuku Tensei. As for why she comes after Isshiki, I feel like that's kind of obvious. Obviously, her and Isshiki had a falling out. It was probably something to do with the fact that the Otsutsuki system never allows lower-ranking Otsutsukis to rise up. If you think about it, the lower-ranked Otsutsuki has to give their life to the Ten Tails, and then the higher-ranked Otsutsuki gets to eat the divine fruit, which simply makes them stronger and more higher-ranked. There's never any movement for the lower ranked Otsutsuki. So in order to prevent this endless cycle affecting her endlessly, she decided to put her own plan into action in order to achieve the divine fruit she never would have anyways. And naturally, she'd want to finish what she started on Earth. So who is a living Otsutsuki on Earth she could feed to the Ten Tails? Isshiki. As to whether or not she would fight him in order to feed him to the Ten Tails or just help out, I can't speak on. It seemed like as she was getting sealed, she realized the error of her ways, but that's not for me to say. You know what is for me to say though? Thank you all for watching the video. Hey, maybe if I've convinced you of my theory, go ahead and drop that follow and that like and that noti bell. Click if you haven't already. And if you really liked my theory, go ahead and follow me on my other socials like Twitch and TikTok. Hey, it might be out there, but you can't tell me you wouldn't want to see two Otsutsukis fight.